Each year, thousands of people descend to Ybor City for a night of fun. Spectacular illuminated floats, smart stepping marching bands, and yes, there are beads, and more beads. This is the Krewe of Sant Yago Illuminated Night Parade, presented by MOR. Behind the beads, too. Now, overlooking the parade route at Zydeco Brewworks on 7th Avenue, here are your hosts, JP Peterson and Haley Hunter.
Hello and welcome to historic Ybor City. I'm JP Peterson, and my co-host for tonight's festivities, Haley Hunter. Welcome to this beautiful night.
Thanks, JP. You know, I must confess, I've never been to a night parade before, but from what I've been seeing tonight, I'm super excited.
This is going to blow your mind, and you as well, as we take you behind the scenes and we show you all the sights and sounds of the Krewe of Sant Yago Illuminated Night Parade and so much more. So what is the night parade? Well, it is the largest of its kind in the Southeast and a tradition during Gasparilla dating back to 1974. Now, the Krewe of Sant Yago was chartered back in 1972 by some very influential local businessmen, and they're dedicated to the preservation of Tampa's rich Latin heritage.
And we have a special guest who is on the MOR Parade float. He is Steve Wilkos, host of the Steve Wilkos Show, seen here on MOR-TV. You might remember that he was originally seen on the Jerry Springer Show as their head of security, but he now brings a unique style to his show, and we'll learn much more about him later in our show.
And as we mentioned, this parade is the Krewe of Sant Yago, but there is so much more to the Krewe than just costumes, debutante balls, and parades. They have established an education foundation that has helped countless Latin American students throughout the Tampa Bay area. You will hear from the founder and meet some of these incredible students later in the show.
And of course, what is a Krewe of Sant Yago parade without our mayor? And this will be Tampa Mayor Bob Buckhorn's final parade as mayor. Since 2011, he has led our city into unprecedented prosperity. And JP, I know you had the chance to chat with him recently, and he has some interesting thoughts about the parade.
Yeah, that's right, Haley. You know, I had a chance to talk to the mayor earlier this month at the proclamation dinner at the Italian Club right down here in Ybor City. And I can tell you, he's very much looking forward to this night as Grand Marshal.
You know, for an Irish guy to be the Grand Marshal of the Sant Yago Parade, clearly I have done well in life.
What are you expecting?
You know, it's such a Tampa tradition. It's part of who we are. It reflects the diversity of this amazing community. People love it. I love it. I get to talk a lot of trash, and it's a good night. It's a good night.
So how has this last Gasparilla been for you? Is it a little bit bittersweet for you?
Yeah, it is. You know, knowing that 90 days from now I will not be the mayor and my jokes will not nearly be so funny. But I've enjoyed this, and I love elevating this whole season, both with the Mystic Krewe and Sant Yago. I mean, it's a great Tampa tradition. Nowhere else in the country can you find what goes on here during these couple weeks.
And kind of a hidden story behind all the partying are things like the Education Foundation here. Over $2 million raised for Hispanic youth and their education. It's a tremendous legacy.
You know, you think about these guys that are in this crew, descendants of immigrants, many of whom came here with nothing more than their shirts on their back, no money, didn't speak the language. And this generation has built itself through education, through work experience, and now they're giving back. And so they're reaching down to help young Hispanics who they don't even know have the same opportunity that was given to them. It really makes you feel good about this city, and particularly about the members of the crew.
Well, I'm sure it's not going to be hard to spot the mayor down there as Grand Marshal, so let's toss it down to Haley and see if she can catch up with the mayor between beat throws.
JP, I've just spotted the mayor, and we're going to chat with him for a little bit.
Mayor.
How's it going, Mayor?
Good. How you doing?
I'm doing great. How does it feel to have this be your last parade, and also as Grand Marshal this year?
The Grand Marshal part feels good. The last parade not so good.
Well, I wish that we'd see you again.
You'll be stuck with me.
What's your favorite part?
I'll be part of the problem next year.
What's your favorite part about the parade so far? I see you've already got a lot of beads on you.
Yeah, just seeing the kids and the joy that the kids have and the excitement in their eyes. It's such a Tampa tradition, and it's part of who we are, and I love it.
Thanks, Mayor. Have a great time.
Bye. It's good to see you. Thanks.
Here comes the Krewe of Sant Yago. Let's go catch up with them and see what kind of time they're having right now.
Yeah, so all of this is the the royal court. Got my kids, got the king and the queen up here, and we got some knights following the float.
How do you make a float like this?
That's actually a great question.
You having fun?
No, a lot of fun.
You having a beat?
I hope so.
When we come back, more from Night Parade Behind the Beats 2, right here on MOR.